I want to need a new chain. I'm going to put a master link in it now. That's going to slow me down though. But I just busted my chain doing the climb to Country Club Connector, and that's super annoying because like this climb can be challenging for me, and I was like through it. I was like over the hump and I was good, and frick, annoying. While I am getting ready to resume my ride, I'm just gonna tell you that was like a really frustrating like hour and a bit, and I hate it. I hate it. Everything here, look at the color of the ground, right? And I'm like dealing with like the master link is like gold and silver, and or not silver, but like the pins are just like brushed metal, right? Like this whole thing is just like, it's just a mess. I gotta roll my sleeves up now. I'm like, I think I fixed it, and I don't even know if I want to go through trying to tell you like everything that happened and like why it was like the biggest problem ever, because that would just make me more upset. But it's hard to describe without showing visuals, and I'm definitely not going to take the time to do that. But just like I think I will be okay right now. And it's been like, I don't know how many rides since my chain broke last time, but I'm just paranoid that it's going to break right now. I don't know if that fix is going to be good enough. I had to like really pry apart one of the links in order to get the pin back in, and just like, it was just a mess. And it was my fault. It's my fault. That's the best and worst part of this. Like, the chain breaking was not my fault. Like, I was riding properly, and that's just what the fuck happened. Sorry for the profanes. I just realized that I did that. And I'm not even gonna edit it out. Screw it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe you'll hear a duck quack instead. Anyway. So yeah, it was my fault. That it made it way harder because I took something out that I didn't need to take out. I took a link out that I didn't need to take out. I panicked because I was angry, and I got angry because I'm like, I just want to be on my bike ride. I don't want to be trying to fix my bike trailside. And the thing is, like, it could have, in theory, just taken 5 to 10 minutes rather than like an hour and 10 minutes or however long it's been, a ridiculously long amount of time. Like, it could have just been just that smaller, it could have just been easier. Like, it really could have. And it was my fault because I panicked, and I was like, this is what I got to do, right? And I didn't slow down, and I I did stuff that I didn't need to do, and that was like the thing that took like that extra hour and a bit, like, is the stuff that I didn't need to do that I did, that I shouldn't have done. And now I don't even know if I will make it home. I am not sure. I really like pried apart one of these. I'm not even going to get into it, but needless to say, whatever. So the thing that I was thinking, this weird place that I got to while I was fixing that, and again, like, I don't even want to explain all the issues, but started thinking about how, like, this is not me. Like, that there are some things, it's not like I'm afraid of hard work. There's just certain types of work that I don't want to do, and I don't feel bad about that, because there's a lot of hard work I'm willing to do, but there's some things that are just like not meant for me. Like, you don't have to be good at everything, right? Or even decent at everything. We have weaknesses, we have strengths. But I was thinking that, fixing stuff for me is not an intuitive thing. And unfortunately, that handyman type stereotype and trait is really tied to masculinity. And like, there's a certain amount of things that I can do handy wise, but there's a lot that I can't do. And I don't think all of it stems from like a lack of being taught at like those formative years in that younger age, because there's a certain amount of nature and there's a certain amount of nurture, and like, I've had to nurture myself a lot and teach myself a lot of things. And yeah, anyway, it just seems to not really be in my nature too much to have that be a part of me. And I just had this stupid thought that was like, man, mountain biking is like forcing me to be a person I'm not. And it's just like, I don't know, learning how to fix minor things is good. I'm glad that I am riding my bike right now rather than walking home or calling for a ride. I'm glad that I know how to fix that. But there's like a sunk cost, like, determination to make. Is like, the time that I spent doing that takes away from other stuff. And like, the more often I do it, in theory, the easier it should get. Sorry for all the wheezing you have to endure. But anyway, yeah, I want to be able to fix the things that I need to fix to make my life easier and better. But I'd be home already if it wasn't for a couple things. Anyway, back to the thing. Mountain biking making me someone that I'm not. Like, it's challenging me and pushing me to learn new things that do not come easy, that are not intuitive, that are in fact very difficult for me, and they challenge me on a mental and emotional level as well, because like I said, a lot of these things relate to what the bulk of society equates to masculinity, and it's a sensitive area for me, because I know, like, I'm very I guess normally I'm very, maybe not. If we want to talk about fragile masculinity, I wouldn't say mine is fragile in those ways that get talked about a lot nowadays. But it is because I don't fit in to those stereotypes. I like wearing nail polish. I like wearing pink. I lean towards a lot of effeminate things, whether it be with just aesthetics, I guess. And I like camping while wearing nail polish. I like doing activities like this. And, you know, knowing that under my gloves, I might have really pretty nail polish. I don't know. It's just, I obviously don't like traditional gender roles, and I think they're garbage. I don't think they do anybody any good. But things like this, I'm like, I should be able to do this, and I can't. But why should I feel like I should be able to? Because it usually leans toward I should be able to, because society has told me, and other men, boys, people, everybody, that this is something I should be able to do easily. And it's not. And we all have different types of intelligence and things that come easy to us, weaknesses and strengths. And again, there's a lot of nature and nurture in that. But this is an area for me that just, again, it's not intuitive, it's difficult, I get frustrated with it quickly, and I mean, I'm glad that it happened, I guess. It's still hard for me to say that I'm glad, but I did learn I need to slow down, I need to take it slow, I need to think about what I'm doing, I need to whatever, right? Because I made it a lot worse, because I panicked, because I have this fear and frustration of like, I just want to ride my damn bike. It's what I came here to do. It's what I want to do. I don't want to be stuck fixing it. But if I have experiences like this now, then maybe when I'm really, really stuck somewhere and I can't get help, and it would be dangerous for me to walk back because it would take longer. Like if I was camping and really out there and there's bears or whatever, and then it's dark, like, then maybe I've confronted these things now and it'll make life easier later. But like, it still sucked, and I'm glad it's over. But all those things, all those things and more were thoughts and feelings that I was having while I was, you know, beside the trail just trying to get my stuff fixed. Anyway, that's it. So, I got on Etsy sale today. This piece was also at Chrome Salon and Spa, so I had to go pick that up. And I really like this piece. There's like 3 of these like square, like 20 by 20 pieces that I dated close to each other in time. And I really like it. Yeah, use of gold leaf here was one thing I don't know, I just tried different things with this, and I really liked the outcome. And yeah, so it's Koi no Yokan. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's the Japanese phrase, which means the premonition of love. It also says that it's not really, like, translated well. Like, it says untranslatable Japanese phrase. But yeah, anyway, it's also the title of a Deftones album, which is how it got onto my radar. So anyway, yeah, packaging this up and putting something else at Chrome, and I'll show you that later. But this is headed off to Verwood, Saskatchewan, which I've never heard of. So there you go. So, you know what's really, really dumb? I was in a hurry. I don't do well in a hurry. I don't know how many people do. This is why I always like to just be prepared, organized, whatever, so I can, well, yeah, just have the time to be properly prepared and not forget stuff, and just have all the things that I need for whatever the occasion calls. And I left my GoPro in a canvas bag. I don't remember why, but I like had it in a canvas bag with a bunch of stuff that I bought, and I just forgot that it was there. And I was in a big hurry that day, like 2 days ago. I was in a big hurry 2 days ago, and just completely forgot it in there. And then, you know, we went out to Sparwood, and we went out to Star Creek Falls, and it was gorgeous and beautiful. And I didn't have my GoPro. I couldn't find it. I didn't remember where I put it. I was like, why isn't it here? It's not in my backpack. I checked my laptop bag. It wasn't there. And I was just like, what the heck? And then I thought maybe I left it at home, because I thought I was uploading footage right before I packed up my laptop. But I took it with me, and then I thought, oh, it's at the studio, because like I did record a little there of like me packaging up this painting that I shipped off. I just went to the studio, and when I got there and realized it wasn't there, then I remembered it's in the car the whole time. Which is really annoying, because it was here in the car while we were while we were hiking, and I could have taken such sick footage of stuff. So I keep checking, because it's gonna die, because it's been overnight and the battery got cold, and yeah. So you're gonna see a bunch of pictures right now. I'm gonna set it to some lo-fi beats and take a little journey via pictures, and there is a video of some of Star Creek Falls as well. But it was really good. It was a really, really nice day. Just got out. It was, you know, not the nicest day ever, but as for right now, it's probably the nicest day we're gonna have in a while, because autumn is upon us in full swing, and it was beautiful and just fun and challenging and just a lovely time. Yeah, so I guess to give some more details too. So I had ridden the trail that we did in Sparwood. Most of the stuff that we hiked or we walked with Wren, I had ridden it before. But then Star Creek Falls, I'd never been there before. And yeah, Wren was a bit of a challenge. There was a moment where she just like jumped up and like started sprinting. It was like slippery rocks and just like big slabs of rock. There's like a chain at one point, which you might see in the video. And like, yeah, like we had a plan to try and get her up, and the next thing I know, before I could like grab her and like hoist her up there, she just like sprinted up there, and then she kind of paused and realized that it was maybe scary, and then she started slipping down, and it was just a whole thing. And I don't know, I wouldn't want to take her again, because like she's a little unpredictable, right? And I don't want her to get hurt, right? But yeah, we all made it. It was beautiful, and it was just really nice. So here's pictures and some video of that. Wren's big day out today. We're just at the top of Pavan right now. She's never been here, so she's just like pumped about all the new smells and environment and everything. Gonna do a couple new things today. This is like as far as you can get pretty much away from her home, so it's one reason she's never been here. But yeah, she's enjoying it so far. Just gonna do a little trail as well, and then I'm gonna take her to the studio, so that's gonna be new. I'm not gonna like get into painting or anything because I'm gonna bring I brought like a toy and like a little bit of a bully stick for her to chew on there. But she's still a puppy, and she still chews on lots of things that she's not supposed to. So I don't want to have to like interrupt what I'm doing constantly to be like, hey, don't chew on this, don't chew on this, don't chew on this. And it's like a pretty small space, you know. I've never had a dog in the studio before, so we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, just gonna do some reading and writing and just kind of get her acquainted to the space, because maybe in the future she can come hang out there again. Especially because there's some nice places over there to walk, so we can go on a long walk and then maybe come to the studio, whatever. Yeah, Wren's big day out. We're gonna do new things. I have a bunch of errands to run, but she still, gets pretty car sick. She just really doesn't like it, so I don't want to like stop and start and run these errands, and rather just like go straight to the studio after here and see what happens. Hopefully we don't run into horses or anything here. Then again, she's not off leash right now, so she's okay. Right, Wren? Did you show them your new collar? Pretty new collar. I slipped into like dog talking mode there. Anyway, yeah. So for Wren's big day out, haven't made it to the studio yet. We parked at the mall, walked over to Chrome, dropped off that painting, and she got some compliments on her collar. But then I thought, I kind of forgot that I'm just not used to having a pup with me downtown. And I just kind of forgot, because I was like, oh, I'll just walk over to the dollar store because I need to pick up a whiteboard, which I couldn't find anywhere. And I was like, wait a second, what do I do with the pup? And I didn't want to tie her up outside. They didn't have a place for it anyway. And they didn't have any signage about no dogs, so I was like, screw it, I'm bringing her in. And yeah, so that was interesting. She was fine, but she just like wanted to say hi to people and stuff. And yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't busy. But that was fine. I just don't want to make a habit out of doing that. I don't know if I'll ever really need to do that again. But it's just the thing with her is like, it's better to walk with her than take her in the car and run errands, because she gets car sick and doesn't like it. And I don't like it because she's feeling nauseous and stuff. Anyway, I don't want to like overwhelm her or overstimulate her either with like all this new, but I do want to get a collapsible bowl for her, since the little kind of Tupperware thing that I had for her to drink water out of, she threw up in on the way to Sparwood. So I need to get her a collapsible bowl. So going to the pet store to do that, see how she likes that. So I will say this is like part of a homework assignment in a way. I did mention in the vlog that I started seeking some counseling in order to help me figure out, well, one of the things I'm going to talk about today, which is how to cope with sadness and just deal with that in a positive way, because that has been a struggle, which I wasn't focused on before because I just didn't have a lot of deep sadness for a very long time in life, and then the past couple of years that's come back. So when I say this is a homework assignment, it's because after my last counseling meeting, this was my homework. Not making a video about it, but or a conversation or whatever, but to think about some things. So we were talking about how I give myself permission to be angry, but I don't give myself permission to be sad, and why that is, and hopefully that can lead us to a place where we can figure out how to give myself permission to be sad. And so that's what I'm going to start with today. I'm going to do some writing about it as well, but I thought I'd get this video out first and have this conversation, before any type of writing. And again, this is all just external processing, because like writing is too, but it slows me down in a different way, so things come out differently. So sometimes I write about things and then I have a video about them. Sometimes I make a video, then I write about them. Most times I don't write about the things that I am talking about in a conversation. Usually they're pretty separate, but every once in a while they do overlap. But usually they don't overlap. And sometimes it's, like I said, one way or sometimes the other way, depending on what happens first in the order. And maybe there's sometimes a strategic reason why I do it in a way first, because talking about things with external processing seems to get things out in a way where I just realized this is going to not end up being the conversation. This is just going to be in the vlog. I'm just ranting too much. Sometimes, again, with a conversation, talking about things, I don't have time to think. Whereas, like, I just say a lot of things and I make realizations that are very useful for me because I don't have time to think. Whereas if I write it down, it's slower, and yes, it is good and it still helps, but it just does things differently where I don't have as many epiphanies. Because I can only write so fast, whereas I can talk a lot faster than I can like process my thoughts and then write them down. But part of the reason I'm talking is because I'm not even giving myself a full amount of time to process the thought before it's out. So anyway, there will be a conversation about that. I'm going to turn this off and start the conversation. Well, look who's awake. Cutie. So, we had a little hiking adventure today. We had a little downtown adventure, and then we brought Wren to the studio. And because we did so much walking and so much activity beforehand, she slept a lot of the time she was here, or at least relaxed. Got her this nice collapsible bowl at Homes Alive Pets, which is sick because it has this carabiner there. So like for hiking and stuff like that, you just clip that onto a backpack or a belt or something, and that's nice. And she's been drinking out of it like awesome. Like she's good with it. Which sounds weird, but there's some things that she might not want to drink out of. Anyway, she's been chill here. I wonder how she'll be if like she was not exercised first, but she's been pretty chill. Wrapping up the vlog this week. I believe the raw ride I had was this past week. Tomb Raider. It was the second time I did it, so I did it with the chesty and did like a variation of it. That was alright, and then I had a conversation, which I already kind of prepped you for that, for in here. It's about giving myself permission to be sad, and, yeah. I did go to my counseling appointment, and I got some more stuff there that I want to talk about, but I'm going to save that for next vlog. I'm going to, like, kind of, I took some notes, so I'm going to go into my notes and reflect on those a little more before we talk about it. But yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for the vlog. Oh, update on my bike. So, yeah, with the whole chain incident, I wanted to get a new chain and then also get my bike, like my dropper post, lubed up because it seemed like it was having issues there. I took it in, and it turns out my drop seat was just, or dropper post was just, there's a cartridge that was destroyed or something. So it's under warranty still, so they sent it away to get fixed. I got a new chain on there now, and they gave me like a loaner seat post, which is just like a fixed one. So I'm gonna have to get used to that again, doing things old school. I got really used to being pampered by my drop seat, by my a dropper post. So yep. Hopefully this weekend I can get out for a ride. It's supposed to be really nice again, like in the 20s. Yep. That's it. That's all I got. See you another time.